Y'all, the Bieber world just hit a new level of chaos. Word on the streets is Justin Bieber allegedly suffered a mysterious medical emergency on the exact same day Selena Gomez walked down the aisle with Benny Blanco. The timing? Way too messy to ignore. Fans are already whispering if this was just coincidence or proof Justin still hasn't moved on. And if that wasn't enough, Hailey reportedly had her own meltdown right alongside him. This love triangle might be long over on paper, but in reality, it's still giving full-blown soap opera. Before we spill all the tea and break down the receipts, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the wildest breakdowns in celebrity drama. Selena Gomez officially tied the knot with Benny Blanco, and for most people, that should have been a fairy tale ending moment. But for anyone who's followed the never-ending saga of Selena, Justin, and Hailey, you already know a wedding like this was never gonna pass without fireworks. Fans thought this new chapter meant everybody could finally move on. After all, Justin even liked Selena's engagement post on Instagram, which made people believe the drama was behind them. It looked like a clean slate, no bad blood, no mess. But the days leading up to the wedding told a different story. Justin started posting cryptic messages on his socials, mixing religious overtones with strange, unsettled energy. The captions weren't just normal devotionals either. They carried this heavy, almost panicked tone, and fans clocked it immediately. People started speculating he was spiraling emotionally, and the timing could not have been worse. At the same time, Hailey's online presence looked a little off as well. Followers noticed she was quiet, almost as if she was bracing for something. Then comes the part that really set the fan base buzzing. Selena's wedding date fell just days before Justin and Hailey's own wedding anniversary. That overlap might sound small, but in the world of celebrity timelines, it felt deliberate, especially when fans remembered how messy things got around anniversaries in the past. Social media lit up with theories that the overlap wasn't just coincidence, but a low-key dig. And while most people expected Justin to act out online, nothing big surfaced on his socials during the actual wedding day itself. Instead, what started trickling out later were whispers of something way more serious. Justin reportedly had a medical emergency. Suddenly, the vibe shifted from he's being dramatic online again to is something actually wrong with him? Fans who had been joking about Hailey snatching his phone to save him from embarrassment suddenly had to reckon with a much darker possibility. The perfect public picture of maturity and moving on cracked fast. On the surface, Justin was playing it cool, but behind the scenes, the story was spiraling into something fans couldn't ignore. And here's the kicker. What came out next made the timing look even worse. The whispers really exploded once insiders started claiming Justin didn't just go quiet on social media for Selena's big day. He allegedly went through a full-on medical emergency. According to sources close to the situation, Justin was so emotionally wound up that he had to be rushed to the hospital. Some even said he had a breakdown in private, throwing things and ranting about how he lost the love of his life. Now, that's alleged tea. But if true, it changes the entire picture. The receipts fans started pulling out only fueled the fire. Days before the wedding, Justin had been flooding his Instagram with cryptic, Bible-heavy posts. On the surface, they read like faith-based encouragements, but the tone, way more frantic than usual. Lines about demolishing deceptive fantasies, tearing down strongholds, and obeying the Anointed One had fans feeling like he was battling demons more personal than spiritual. And here's where it got wild. Some fans pointed out that this wasn't the first time Justin's social media turned chaotic right before a major Selena milestone. They immediately connected the dots back to 2018, when reports surfaced that he allegedly called Selena over 20 times on the day he married Hailey. Whether that was ever confirmed or not, the narrative stuck. So now, the question becomes, was Justin's silence on the wedding day really maturity, or was it something darker happening behind closed doors? And if it really was a medical scare, then why did his team keep everything under wraps until whispers forced it out? Fans were quick to joke that maybe Hailey took his phone for the weekend to keep him from embarrassing her again. But those jokes don't land the same once rumors of hospital visits and meltdowns start circling. The receipts, cryptic posts, erratic patterns, and a timeline overlap just line up too cleanly for fans to dismiss. If it's coincidence, it's a brutal one. But if not, then Justin's silence wasn't peace at all. It was chaos barely contained. So if he really was stable, why did his camp avoid showing any proof he was okay? That's the million-dollar question nobody can seem to answer. When you zoom out on this whole situation, the pattern gets almost impossible to ignore. Justin has a long history of crashing out emotionally whenever Selena's name hits the headlines, and fans have the receipts to prove it. Back when he first married Hailey in 2018, reports came out that he allegedly called Selena dozens of times on the same day, almost like he was second-guessing his own decision. Fast forward, and every time Selena makes a big public move, whether it's an award win, a new relationship, or now a wedding, Justin's behavior suddenly shifts into overdrive. Blind items have fueled the speculation even further, painting a picture of a guy who allegedly turns to drinking and erratic behavior when Selena news dominates. One blind even claimed that a certain north-of-the-border pop star was so wasted during a public lunch that he could barely stay awake. Fans didn't need to guess too hard who that was about. Add in the cryptic religious posts, the weird live stream moments where he shaded Hailey, and the public clips where he seemed checked out or disrespectful, and it starts to feel like a repeated cycle. Another key part of the pattern? The way Justin's personal turmoil always seems to drag Hailey into the mess. Every cryptic message, every public meltdown, every resurfaced rumor instantly becomes her problem too. She's left to deal with the fallout, whether that's backlash online or cracks in their marriage being dissected by millions of fans. And it's not just Justin. The circle around him sometimes makes it worse. Fans noted rumors that Kendall Jenner, once one of Hailey's closest friends, was allegedly encouraging Justin's partying at the exact moment Hailey was trying to keep him stable. That supposed rift between Kendall and Hailey only added more fuel to the narrative that Justin's world spins out whenever Selena pops back in the spotlight. And then, of course, there's the timeline overlap, the anniversaries, the posting patterns, the suspicious silences. Every time fans lay it all out, it looks less like random chaos and more like a repeated script. And then the timeline gets even messier when the wedding day overlap pulls Hailey deeper into the story. Of course, not everyone is buying into the meltdown narrative, and that's where the pushback comes in. On the official side, Justin's team has kept things polished and controlled. Statements about his health stay vague but positive. Phrases like, "he's doing well," "we're focused on family and music," keep popping up in the press. Hailey, for her part, has leaned into carefully curated images of her and Justin looking strong, showing PDA in front of paparazzi and posting loved-up snapshots on Instagram. To the casual eye, it looks like damage control done right, but fans aren't convinced. Every time a glossy photo dump surfaces, people immediately pull out the old clips of Justin slamming a car door in Hailey's face or dismissing her on live streams. The receipts of public disrespect are too plentiful for fans to forget. And when fans compare those real moments to the staged happy couple content, it starts to feel like PR spin. Some argue that Justin's recent behavior isn't about Selena at all. It's about the stress of preparing for tours, balancing his health issues, and carrying the weight of fame since childhood. They say Selena's wedding just happened to land at a bad time, and fans are overreaching by tying the two together. Still, others point out that even if it is just tour stress, the overlap in timing is suspicious at best. Then there's the counter-argument that Justin and Selena have been done for years, and fans are the ones keeping the drama alive by projecting every move back onto that relationship. If that's true, why did Justin's cryptic posts always seem to hit right when Selena headlights are at their loudest? Why does the timeline always sync up? That's the part that doesn't add up. If this really is just business stress or coincidence, it's a brutal streak of them happening at the exact same moments tied to Selena. And that tension is why fans refuse to let it slide. Because if the official line is, he's healthy and happy, then why do all these little cracks keep showing through? Something doesn't match, and the receipts are stacking higher every week. The moment that really locked fans in was the timing of Selena's wedding itself. On paper, it was just a beautiful ceremony for her and Benny Blanco. But in the Bieber world, the date hit like a grenade. The wedding took place just days before Justin and Hailey's wedding anniversary, and fans immediately started whispering that the overlap couldn't possibly be a coincidence. It stirred up déjà vu from all the messy anniversaries of the past, making people wonder if this was fate or shade. The wedding planner added even more fuel. Selena reportedly used Mindy Weiss, the same planner who worked on Justin and Hailey's wedding back in 2018. Now Mindy has a long client list and has been in the game forever, but the overlap had fans convinced Selena's team knew exactly what they were doing. To Jelena stans, it looked like Selena reclaiming her narrative and outshining Hailey with a move that tied directly back to their history. Meanwhile, Justin was nowhere to be found publicly on the wedding day. No social media posts, no paparazzi shots, nothing. Fans who had expected him to spiral online were left in eerie silence. For some, it felt like maturity. For others, it screamed cover-up. The idea that Justin's camp deliberately kept him out of sight because he was struggling only made the rumors of a medical emergency hit harder. And as soon as those whispers surfaced, people went back to every cryptic post, every blind item, every weird public moment. and laid them on top of Selena's wedding timeline. The puzzle started looking like a pattern of emotional chaos every time Selena makes a major life move. For Hailey, this flashpoint hit me hard. Not only was she watching her husband allegedly fall apart in private, but fans started speculating that she herself believed Selena intentionally timed the wedding to overshadow her anniversary. Whether that's true or not, the theory caught fire. And suddenly, Hailey wasn't just part of the fallout. She was being framed as a target. But the real twist isn't just the timing or the planner or the silence. The fallout that came after the vows is where the plot takes a darker turn. Fallout from all of this is where the story really shifts gears, because it's not just about Justin spiraling or Selena celebrating. It's about who gains, who loses, and what the motives might be. For Justin, the alleged medical scare reinforced a narrative he's been fighting for years, that he's still emotionally chained to Selena. Every headline about his health now drags her name back into the spotlight, making it look like he can't move on no matter how hard he tries. That kind of perception hurts his image as a stable husband and artist, and it fuels the fans who've been saying from day one that Hailey was always second choice. For Hailey, the stakes are even higher. She's not just fighting for her marriage, she's fighting for her public identity. Her entire brand is tied to being the polished, supportive wife standing by Justin's side. But when whispers start suggesting Selena's wedding sent him into a tailspin, Hailey gets painted as powerless, and worse, not enough. That kind of narrative can undercut everything she's tried to build, from skincare lines to public image campaigns. And then you add in the friendship drama. Rumors that Kendall Jenner was allegedly encouraging Justin's partying put Hailey in a tough spot, straining one of her closest relationships. Suddenly, the fallout isn't just marriage tension, it's cracks in her inner circle too. On the flip side, Selena comes out of this looking unbothered, glowing in her wedding photos, with fans praising her for moving on to a happy new chapter. That contrast makes the Bieber side of the story look even messier. And let's not forget the business angle. Selena's wedding coverage dominated headlines, conveniently overshadowing anything Hailey and Justin had going on. Whether intentional or not, the timing boxed them into a corner. So now fans are asking the real question. Was this chaos just the unfortunate overlap of messy timelines, or was it a calculated move that Selena's camp knew would hit hard? Because from the outside, the fallout looks like Selena winning by doing nothing, Justin breaking down in silence, and Hailey left folding pieces that only get heavier. Was this chess or pure chaos? What's wild is that even after all the alleged meltdowns, blind items, and cryptic posts, there are still huge blanks in this story that keep fans speculating. First off, was Justin actually hospitalized on Selena's wedding day, or was that just an insider exaggeration? The reports are vague, and without real confirmation, it's impossible to know if he was truly in medical crisis or just laying low. Then there's the question Hailey's response. Did she directly confront Selena behind the scenes, or is all the talk about her being upstaged just fan fiction spun out of timing overlaps? Hailey hasn't addressed it, but the silence itself leaves room for theories to grow. Another big unknown is how much Selena herself really knew about the situation. Did she or her team anticipate that the wedding timing and even the choice of planner would create ripple effects in the Bieber camp? Or was it simply coincidence that her happy day fell right next to Justin and Hailey's anniversary? Fans are split. Some say Selena's too savvy not to notice. Others insist she's just living her life. Then there's the uncomfortable question about Justin's state of mind. If he really is over Selena, why do his patterns keep syncing with her milestones? Is it unresolved feelings, or is it fans forcing connections where none exist? Because if it's coincidence, then he has the worst timing in the world. But if not, the narrative of him never fully letting go is going to keep haunting his marriage. Proof is another gap. What would it even take for fans to move on? Clear health records from Justin's team, a public statement, or Hailey outright denying he spiraled? Until something solid drops, speculation is always going to fill the void. And the bigger mystery? How much longer can this cycle repeat itself? Every few years, Selena milestone seems to send shockwaves through Bieber world. The unanswered question is whether this will ever stop, or if the drama is baked into their legacy forever. And that's where the story flips into uncharted territory, because the unknowns may be even messier than the receipts. So here we are, Selena walking into a new chapter, Justin battling whispers of a breakdown, and Hailey caught in the crossfire of timing, rumors, and fan obsession. No matter how much the official line says all is well, the receipts and patterns keep telling a different story. The tension is clear. Is this just unlucky timing, or proof that Justin still can't escape his past with Selena? Y'all, I need to know. Are you team just coincidence or team Selena still lives rent-free? Drop your thoughts below and don't forget to subscribe for more messy celeb